That left roundhouse kick of Petdak is frightening. Kenny gets caught. He's out. This one's over. It's the left roundhouse kick. I told you, it's one of the greatest weapons in the combat world, and it knocks out. 89% finishing rate. That's crazy at this weight for Raj. Oh! The big tip off. Japan is down. It's good. Nice iron ring. Just like that. Punching hell off the dynamite. From Han to Hao. Beautifully timed. Back kick to the liver. And there's one to the head. And going to escape. This place going bananas! The ground and pound from Bellinger! One Kim, Tony Taru, Reese McCullen. Oh, he backs him up with the right hand! Bellinger explodes! It's history made!
And that's Amir Khan.
Ready? Ready? Fight!
This fight brought to you by Fairtex. Be inspired. Fast start from Bashir Ahmad. I wonder if that is what he thinks is the secret to victory here, having spent so long on a plane this week.
Yeah, Bashir wants to add pressure. He wants to get, Amir Khan uncomfortable and get him up against the cage and teach him what this level of MMA is all about. But look at the knees coming from Khan. Oh man, those are brutal. Here comes. Look at the elbows raining down.
It was the knees that took over because Bashir made a good start with his fists, but those knees just took over.
Work the finish, work the finish.
Oh, those knees to the body just hurt. They just take all the wind out of you.
Careful, back on the head, careful.
And that body will not be in the condition that Bashir Ahmad would have liked. I've done that to Asia to American leg on a plane several times. I would not like to do it twice in 1 week and then jump into the cage. Not against this man anyway.
That height from that clinch was really impressive. You could see the difference there when they got into the clinch. Bashir's got a half guard here, which is not a bad position to be in, but he's got to get off his back. He can't allow Khan to flatten him out on his back like this. He's got to try to push away, but those elbows just keep raining down. But for Bashir to handle that onslaught from Khan.
Oh, he's got some distance there, but he backed off.
Oh, back up to the feet.
I thought for a moment Amir might take advantage of just finding that bit of leverage and space so that he could rain those punches down. Good left jab.
Oh, big right hand.
That
certainly
hurt him, didn't it?
There come the knees again. I don't think Bashir likes that. I think he needs to stay tight to the cage here to avoid those knees.
He's always in good shape, Bashir. That's how he was able to take this fight at such short notice, but really this is not the preparation he would have wanted.
Oh no, he did spend 8 weeks out there at Team Quest Thailand, so he did get a good training preparation for this fight. That's the only reason why he took this fight, is because he felt he was truly ready. So he's in shape for this battle.
Exchanging knees and
see, but with his hips up against the cage like that, he can't add that same kind of leverage that he was doing earlier.
Sure. No back lift, as it were.
Yeah, they hurt, but they're more annoying than anything else.
Stop. Middle.
Joey Lapine takes him to the center of the cage. Good right uppercut from Khan and a left hand, but Bashir comes back. Exchange knees again.
Look at those knees. He's got
nice uppercut
uppercuts
again for Bashir. That's a dangerous weapon he's got there.
I don't think he likes that clinch at all, so keeping him up against the cage is really going to negate a lot of the power that he has coming from those knees.
He's been impressive in his last 2 fights, Amir Khan. First round victories on both occasions. This looks a little bit tougher for him from time to time.
More action.
That right hand that brought those super looking uppercuts in.
Ooh, surprising. Amir Khan wanted to go to the ground. Let's see if he's got a jiu-jitsu game here. Bashir back into the half guard. He's just kind of holding him, controlling that posture. He's got to try to move.
Locked up Khan's right leg. Breathing hard, Bashir, isn't he?
Let's get that full guard, Bashir.
Yeah, he is. That's a lot of weight to cut. He cut almost 11 kilos this week. That is a tremendous task under, you know, and then you got to jump inside this cage.
Push and move, full guard. Full guard.
Come on, improve position, improve position.
But Amir Khan looks comfortable. He's got that pressure coming down on the shoulder.
Improve position.
Right there into his face. It's hard for Bashir to do anything with that kind of pressure there.
Amir's right leg all tied up. Look at how he's trying to free it with his hand there.
Move it, move it,
Bashir
move
tries to
it.
reassert the control on that leg. Perhaps killing a bit of time, Bash. 40 odd seconds left in this round. Nobody will welcome that bell more than him, I would suggest, when it comes.
This is blue belt against blue belt in the jiu-jitsu game, and they're really just kind of like, they're not really being that active. I would recommend that we probably get a stand-up here because there's not a lot of action going on. But we only got 15 seconds left in the round. The referee might let him ride it out.
As we've seen once before, Amir is the first to stand up. Last time he backed off. This time he might do it again, but the round comes to an end. Well, Bashir Ahmad has made it into the second round. Your views on the first round, Mitch?
Oh, look at these knees to the body. That first one hurt him, and you can see Bashir just dropping his arm down, and then right there, oh, those knees to the body are devastating. Dropped him, and he just jumped all over him. But that right hand coming from Bashir.
That's the dangerous weapon for Bashir. The overhand right and that uppercut as well. That's what Amir Khan has to be very, very careful of. And let's not forget, he's been training all this while for a completely different opponent. So he's not been thinking much about that right hand.
No, and the right hand comes out of nowhere. It's hard to hear. It's hard to see coming.
You're hitting him. Yeah. When you're backing up, he's hitting you. Okay. What are you going to do? Come forward. Damn right.
Right hand comes out of nowhere. It's hard to hear. It's hard to see coming.
You're hitting him. Yeah. When you're backing up, he's hitting you. Okay. What are you going to do? Come forward. Damn right. And when you get in that tie clinch, body lock. Okay. Let's go, buddy. Keep it up.
So 5 minutes down, potentially 10 more minutes to come.
Done. Okay.
Well, you could hear that, you know, when Khan gets into that clinch, he's devastating with those knees. So Bashir's coach is recommending to get a body lock and prevent him from actually throwing those knees, which is a great strategy.
It's a good left hand from Amir Khan. Nice left hook it was. It's a rangy left hook as well. He's got long levers. Oh, left hand from Bashir. It's exciting when these two stand up and throw a lever.
Grab the cage, don't grab the cage.
Still Bashir breathing hard. We can't fault him for that.
He's got to try to get an underhook here. There comes the underhook. Now he can spin him around just like that. That's how you gain control of the cage. I'm surprised Bashir's not attempting more takedowns. I think it's because he's scared about the clinch. That's good pressure.
Amir gets a little bit of room, and he'll use those knees straight away, bringing them up into that rib cage.
This battle right here is so tough. See, he's got the double underhooks. Oh, yeah, he's just got one underhook. And he goes right into the takedown, right back on top. Quite impressed with Khan's wrestling game. He's actually been able to control Bashir, and Bashir has been extremely effective in a lot of his takedowns in previous matches.
Lock down that leg. Left arm lockdown. Left elbow. Left arm underhook. Elbow left arm lockdown. Left
Come on, improve position.
underhook, bro. Go, pummel. Underhook. Come on, pummel that underhook. Get on your side. And now elbow that lockdown. Elbow left arm. Push your face away. Left arm underhook.
You can hear the corner calling out for the left arm underhook, and that's really just to start moving the hips because he's keeping his position solely on top. Bashir can't do anything until he gets that left arm underneath Amir Khan's arm so he can start moving around. So he can be a little bit more offensive in his guard, because right now he's just lying there.
12 years the age difference here. Bashir Khan has, Bashir Ahmad, excuse me, has dedicated his life to mixed martial arts. Really, he's a judge, he's a referee, he's a coach in Pakistan, and as you can see, he's a fighter.
See, he used that underhook to actually come back up to his feet.
Pummel. Pummel. Pummel.
cage wall.
That's it. Good underhook. Pull them off and lock your hands.
Directly above us here at cage side in the Mall of Asia Arena in Manila.
Keep those hands locked. Left
Knee to the stomach. That's been Khan's major weapon in the stand-up so far.
Lock those hands. Lock
You can just see the energy bar just draining with every single one of those knees.
Head position. Be patient.
And now he's got double underhooks though, so now he can actually start working some control. He has both arms in a body lock.
Keep breathing. Go, more action.
Referee calling for action. Needs to see some movement.
Nice, get it. Pummel, pressure. Pummel, bud.
Final 2 minutes of this second round. More knees from Khan. And that stomach and those rib cage, that rib cage will be sore.
This jockeying for position they have up against the cage is so draining. It's so hard to control for position.
Speaking of Bashir being sore at the weigh-in, he was telling me he was still sore from the quick workout he had in DC to establish whether or not he could take this fight, whether he was in good enough shape. What a trial it's been for him. Referee Joey Lapita takes them back to the center of the cage. This is where we've seen exciting stuff just before they get into a clinch. And where Bashir's best work often comes. Good left jab from Amir Khan. That was rod-like. And there's another one. Follows it up with the takedowns. Good work from the Singaporean.
The fatigue is definitely settling in on Bashir.
Position.
Let's see if we can work to improve this position. Bashir's trying to stay active. But those punches just don't have anything behind them.
Nice work. Control posture, Bashir. Control posture.
Right, a little elbow to the side of the head there as well, Bashir.
Those can hurt.
Yep.
Those can
For
definitely
sure
hurt.
they can, yeah.
Stop. Up.
Joey Lapita stopped the
Nice
action.
for action. Okay.
He wasn't satisfied with the level of action. And so he stands them up again. That's probably to Bashir's advantage because he can do that kind of thing. A left and a right. His best work has been there. Bashir's cut badly over the forehead, I think. Perhaps between the eyes there.
It looks
just in the middle of the forehead.
It looks to be right underneath his eye, and that could have been a headbutt.
Well, Amir Khan took a long look at it as well as the round finished. It's not easy to see where that cut is it? But clearly there's some damage there, and Bashir's corner will be working furiously on that as we look at Amir Khan, who must at this stage, Mitch, be thinking that he's got the fight.
3 big deep breaths, okay? Hey, when you're backing him up, you're winning. Let's back him up, okay? Breathe.
Hey, remember, he's fucking tired. You push it, okay? You push him. He's giving up takedowns now. You attack. All right, we'll finish him off this round. Let's keep the pressure on him. Doing great. Okay, keep those hands up and move. You move.
Heath Sims giving plenty of positive income
Left eye, right by the eyebrow.
on the inside of that left eye.
Oh man,
yeah.
that's just gonna that's such a bad place to be because the blood is just gonna flow into the eye. You can hear Khan's corner saying to push the pace, to bring it to attack.
Ready?
Let's see what happens in this third and final round.
If Bashir Khan's problems weren't big enough already, he's now got that to deal with. And Amir Khan brings the takedown into his list of problems.
Khan has definitely added a new element to his game, working with the high-level wrestling at Evolved Mixed Martial Arts. You can see just his takedowns are become very impressive.
I was looking to get your opinion on exactly what the state of play is here, Mitch, but then we decided to listen in on the corner instead. You presumably have Amir quite a way ahead.
Yeah, Khan is definitely ahead in the totality of this fight. You can see he's controlling most of the positions. He's taking down Bashir almost at will. And you can, I mean, the cut is definitely, you can see the blood just sliding down into that eye right there. But it looks to be okay. It looks like it's just trickling down the nose. But Khan is definitely in control of this fight. Bashir needs to finish Khan
Stop, time.
to win.
Yeah, the cut looked pretty bad when it happened. They did a pretty good job on it, I think, between rounds. Joey Lapita's had a moment to look at it. He seems satisfied that he can continue. Nice left hand from Bashir.
Yeah,
wildly with that kick.
The cutmen in 1FC are absolutely spectacular, so they're going to definitely take care of the fighter.
That right hand just brushed Amir Khan, if indeed it hit him at all. No trouble for the Singaporean, who's now pushed up against the cage and must be thinking that he's got this fight pretty much in his own control. Just has to make sure he doesn't do any huge mistakes. 3:15 left in this final third round.
But Bashir does pack one-punch knockout power, so he could, you know, you can't count him out yet. You know, he's an absolute warrior. He is still hanging in there.
That's why he's got to keep his mind on the game, despite probably being ahead.
But the fight is not going to be won in this clinch position. Unless he's going actively for takedowns, which he's not.
Stop.
What's Bashir got to do, Mitch? Presumably get a bit of distance there and throw those bombs?
Yeah, he's got to just separate and just unload that right hand.
Time.
Time is called. They got to check out this cut. You can see it's actually getting into his eye.
You can see the amount of blood that's on Amir Khan's body, exactly how much his opponent is bleeding.
Here. Towel.
Joey Lapita asking for Amir Khan to be wiped down as well. We think it was an elbow that caused the cut, and I think we can take a look at that now. So watch Amir Khan's elbow. Oh yes, that was it, wasn't it? Left elbow as Bashir Khan was coming in, right on the inside corner of the left eye.
That was a beautifully timed left elbow.
Fantastically
just
timed.
snuck right in there, opened him up.
He used Bashir's momentum. Oh! Bashir slipped. It was his punch that was the spectacular one. And Amir Khan's taking advantage of the slip. 2.5 minutes left. What a good chin we've seen from Amir Khan. Because Bashir packs a mean punch, and that was a great example.
Khan definitely has a good chin. That was a very, very good right hand.
I think Joey Lapita's looking at that cut because it's opened up again. He's got a good view of it there. You can see looking right down. And as Bashir lies on his back, it's going to fall right into his eye. It's going to obscure any kind of vision that he has from that left eye. He's blinking hard.
Time.
Joey Lapita's called for time again, and I think we all know why. He wants to clean up the mess. And I'm not so sure that we'll go much beyond this. It won't have gone any better, that's for sure, since the last time we looked at it.
Bashir is a warrior. He doesn't want this fight to be stopped on a technicality.
It'd be a real shame if it's finished this way.
Yeah.
For all he's been through this week, but it is over. And to be fair, it's the right decision, isn't it? Because it's a bad cut. It's obscuring his vision quite clearly. Bashir Ahmad is an absolute hero for taking this fight in the first place, for going through what he's gone through. 2 flights, Asia to America and back again. Looked absolutely exhausted at the way in, but he's done an absolutely fine job to take this into the third round against the man who shows great promise every time we see him. And the one thing that I think he showed in this contest that perhaps we haven't seen before is a really good chin.
Yeah, he definitely showcased a new set of skills. He added wrestling to his arsenal to really expand on his MMA knowledge. And he's not just a striker. He is a complete mixed martial artist.
We've seen that hat before, and he's wearing it with pride. Once again, he's improved his record to 3-1. Unbeaten in a one championship cage. 20 years old. He'll be 21 in November. Fighting out of Evolve MMA, where he gets tremendous experience in so many martial arts. I'm sure we'll see Bashir Khan again.
Hold his bout at 3:20 of round number 2 for your winner via Dr. Stoppage, Amir Khan.
The moments before an Ong Sung world title bout. There is nothing else like it. Muhammad Karaki undefeated, the two-division Desert Force champion from Lebanon.
Just time.
Olivia Coast gets us underway. Michael Chavello, Mitch Chilson with you, set for 5 rounds. Outside leg early from Ong Sung, right hand down the corridor from Karaki. Roving with the lead hand, outside leg kick from Ong Sung. Karaki goes for a jab, right combination. Overhand right there from Ong. Going for the headache maker early. And Karaki wants to take him down. Locks onto a single leg here.
Good defense here for Ong. Now he's trying to swim underneath. He's got to be careful of that head. The battle is going to be won or lost on that head, but he does a good job of pulling up that whizzer and keeping that head off of his center line. See how Karaki's driving his head into Ong. This is very important. You can see that Ong is trying to control that whizzer, and he does a great job of defending right there.
Last time out against Ken Hasegawa, Ong Sung produced the greatest match of all time. With a 5th round knockout you've never seen before. It was amazing. Will he be forced to dig deep into the well of guts and intestinal fortitude again here tonight? He predicted he would finish Karaki inside of 3 days. An uppercut! He's double Karaki! The big comeback! Here it comes, Ong! Is this it? Karaki has been taking a shellacking so far. His nose is busted. His nose is busted.
Boxing of Ong. Watch his right hand. Watch Ong's right hand. That's the weapon. That's his most dangerous weapon.
There it is again. He almost knocks the beard off Karaki. Karaki shoots in for a double leg. Ong reverses it. Karaki backs him against the wire. Short knee, an elbow. The body shot, the limit shot that hurt him. He goes down. This is it, surely. Yes.
Look at this. Ong Sung hurts him with the right hand. Crumbles to the ground. Ong jumps all over it, letting the left hands rain down until Olivier Coste was forced to jump in and give the belt back to Myanmar. Ong puts on a performance of a lifetime. Again, stopping another opponent in the very first round.
Absolutely tipping. The emotions here from the sellout crowd inside Tawana Indoor Stadium. And here's how Ong Sung defended the Gulat strap. He unloaded on a hapless Muhammad Karaki until Karaki could take no more. The big boom shakalaka with the left hand